All right, spring ball's underway. You guys under week 2. Tomorrow's full speed, maybe.
Right.
Starting to hit a little bit now. How's it been coming out of the gates for you guys in spring ball?
Good. We're obviously at a better point this time than we were last year. Just kind of picking up where we left off and continuing to get better and progressing. So I think we're at a really good spot. So.
It's tough to try to learn from the way the season went last year, but what were you able to take away from it? Were there some valuable parts other than the experience playing quarterback? Anything else you were able to take from it?
Yeah, just finishing games. It seemed like we were in almost every game at halftime. Just finishing and continuing to play for full quarters and, getting the job done and getting the win. So.
Clayton, this is the first time you've gone into a season knowing you're the guy.
Right.
How has that affected your approach, if at all?
Just taking more of a leadership role, I'd say. Feeling like it's my team progressively. I would say as practice is going on, it's starting to feel that way. And, I have to take ownership and take a leadership role and attack every practice, every workout, like it's my team. So
when decisions were made elsewhere this offseason, did you immediately, or did Coach Holgerson bring you into the office and say, okay, now here's the plan, or have y'all just kind of gone since the end of the season with,
Yeah, just like you said, we just kind of went with the flow. Like, he didn't really, bring me in and say anything about it. Just kind of
let you go.
Just kind of knew how it was going to play out. So.
What about the relationship with Coach Dawson? Now that you're working with another coordinator, but he kind of had his hands on things, his prints on it last year with the play calling, but to have him working specifically with the quarterbacks.
Right, he's awesome. Last year, even though he coached tight ends, I was still close with him, and he was heavily involved in the play calling and the scheming. So it's great. I love having him as a quarterback coach, and I think he's great at what he does.
Still early, but what have you seen early on from the receivers? You get Corbin back, you had Nathaniel Dell, you get Speedy back, and so what do they look like as a group so far this spring?
They look great so far. They they look strong, healthy, they look fast. They're doing really well as far as knowing where to be and finding the holes in the defense. And I thought they've done a great job so far as spring has gone on.
When you look back at how things changed so quickly for you last year, because you were number 2 at one point, and all of a sudden you're first in the starter. Right. What did you learn from it, and what was it like going through that experience now that you're kind of got some distance between then and now?
Just to attack every day, like I'm the starter, which now I am, but I wish I would have done that a little bit more in the past. Just preparing, and the thing, like going into games, if you're prepared, the way that you should be, then you should know, like you should have no doubts, and you should play freely. And, that's something I feel like I need to do better, and that I will do better going forward.
Is there an excitement level around the fact that next year going in, going in, like everyone said, it's yours from the get-go? Is there a little bit of excitement to have a full year in front of you, hopefully healthy, and getting a chance to?
Obviously it's it's really good knowing that I'm the guy, it's my team, and it is very exciting. So I'm excited to see what we can do.
Not to use excuses, but after the North Texas game, did you play not as healthy the entire year, or was that still lingering? Or?
Yeah, so it was my hamstring. It was bothering me pretty badly, throughout the rest of the season. Leading up to the Cincinnati game, I wasn't so sure I was going to play, and then I ended up playing, and it, I kind of retweaked it in that game, and then from then on out, it was kind of bothering me. But it feels fine now. It's 100% good to go.
Dana talks a lot about how successful quarterbacks are in the second year of this particular offense. Right. What are the things that you have found that come easier so far in year 2?
Just knowing where to go with the ball each play. It's having your mind programmed to 1, 2 to 3, or seeing certain things in the defense. It's more of a pro style air raid type. Throw the ball, and so you got to be good with your eyes and good with your reads. So I feel like that's come a lot easier with year 2.
And how different is it from, I guess, when you're still learning it, or when was it a little bit more chaotic,
Yeah, your head was spinning a little bit. I'd say, I just feel a lot more comfortable being back there and trusting my eyes and trusting what I'm seeing. So.
A minute ago, you were back there with Jared. When you see like a guy like that who's back, he's going to be protecting one side, but then you also remember, I don't even know how you think about the huddle, and you had probably different faces every week there, and the protection. I mean, how crazy or difficult was that as a quarterback, still trying to maybe get things going, to have to be changing out like that every week?
Yeah, it was kind of a tough situation, with injuries and whatnot, but it's my job to, you know, to get everyone in the right play and get everyone on the same page. So you can't really put the blame on that. It's really up to me and, you know, the rest of the guys to just execute and do our jobs.
You haven't really worked with Braylon as much in games, but depending on what they do, whether they use him at guard or maybe one of the guys like Jack or I can't remember. One of those. How's that been between, you know, center and quarter exchanges?
Good. So right now Jack seems to be the guy, and you know, I love playing with Jack. I think he's a really good player. He's a really good center, and I feel like we have a good chemistry. And I feel like he's good at communicating with the rest of the line, and, you know, making calls and telling them what he sees. So I love having Jack.
Coach Overson mentioned a little while ago that you guys have 3 or 4 good arms for spring practice. How has that been, you know, working out with those guys and kind of being the leader of that quarterback?
It's been good. You know, like I said earlier, just taking on the leadership role and kind of taking those guys under, you know, my arm. And, you know, they've done a great job as well. They, you know, Logan's, it's everyone's second year in the system, but Logan and Ike and obviously Sophian's new, but they've all progressed and, you know, made strides as far as, you know, seeing the defense and making reads and stuff like that.
Super early still for Sophian, but what have you seen from him just in the few weeks you've gotten to be around him in terms of his work ethic and maybe how he can spin the ball already at this level?
Yeah, he's a hardworking kid. He's comes in and works, and, you know, like any freshman should, he's kind of quiet, just keeps his head down. I think he throws it well, he spins it, and he hasn't gotten many reps, but I think as he does, he'll continue to get better.
If I'm not mistaken, this is your 3rd different position coach since you've been here?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How's that impacted you?
You know, I try to not let, you know, the coaching changes impact, you know. I try to take the good from each and, you know, kind of weed out some of the stuff, but I think they all have something great to offer, and, you know, I try to take something from each of them and have something to learn from them.